Hey everybody, Tim here with today's James Bond review, movie number 15, The Living Daylights. This was an interesting movie. It was pretty good, but it wasn't fantastic. And I feel kind of bad for Timothy Dalton for it, because this was his first movie for the Bond franchise. And, it was really good, but it just didn't grasp my attention. It was kind of that cliche with the Bond movies, where the beginning and the ending were great, but that whole middle ground just kind of really slowed down. Now, for Timothy Dalton, I was super excited to watch this because, I don't know, James Bond's almost like Doctor Who or something. The faces just keep changing, but the story stays the same. And, he did such a good job where, Sean Connery, for example, had that, smolder look that he just kind of, seduced you with. Roger Moore, unfortunately, he was more of the grandpa Bond. He was the oldest one. And so, it was almost awkward watching him sleep with so many women, but he was more of the charming one, where he was really trying to, bait you in. Something about Timothy Dalton, he does it for me the most so far, because he keeps his chin down, but he looks up at you. And he does such a good job with those blue eyes, and he's absolutely adorable. He's almost like the shy type Bond, but I mean, clearly he sleeps with women in both of the movies, so it is what it is. So, something of note is M is the same in this movie and the next movie, but we no longer have Lois Maxwell. They did retire her from Miss Moneypenny, and it was a huge ordeal because she wanted to promote to M. She wanted to be the new one, Miss Moneypenny M. It makes sense. I'm down for it. I think it was the biggest mistake not to have her do that. But, I mean, I wasn't even alive when this movie came out, so of course, I don't have an opinion. So, but it's kind of sad to see M stay the same, but Miss Moneypenny change. So that was a little disappointing. And to be honest, I didn't really dig the new Miss Moneypenny, only because we saw Lois Maxwell for 14 movies, and now to see somebody new, there's going to be that hesitation. And she only is in this movie and the next movie, just like Timothy Dalton. So, from the beginning, the whole opening scenes are absolutely great, where it's the three agents, and they're clearly playing some war games because they're shooting each other with paintballs, and then one of them is the one that changes and actually starts killing people. I like Bond when he lands on the boat, and of course he does the Bond, James Bond. So you're like, oh, that's who it is now. There weren't posters and trailers before this. It's a big surprise. But I liked how he used a cell phone, because I think this movie came out in 1987, so this was early cell phones, and it was kind of fun to kind of see what it is then to see what it is now. The fact that I'm recording this on a cell phone. But anyways, there's a whole scene where Bond's at the opera, and the woman goes to shoot the guy, but he can't shoot her because she's hot, so he shoots her rifle instead. The cheesiest line ever, where Bond's like, "Oh, I bet I scared the living daylights out of her," and I'm like Peter from Family Guy, there's the title. It's it was bad. It's so bad. The pipeline scene's kind of fun. Q showing up is interesting. And then we finally meet the new Miss Moneypenny, who, I don't know, I felt like she was almost kind of ditzy. She wasn't as intelligent as Lois Maxwell is. Q going through all of his stuff, the new ghetto blaster for the Americans. And it's the boombox, which was a fantastic scene. I really liked that one. We see the Aston Martin. John Rhys Davies is in this movie, who's a fantastic actor. Everything from Indiana Jones, Sliders. He was even in Star Trek Voyager. I just did those reviews. Great actor. Lord of the Rings clearly is what most people probably know him from. Fantastic actor. Love to see him in this. I didn't even know he was in it. One of the scenes that stood out to me was when he's on the ice and they blow out his tires, and he basically uses the rem to cut the ice and make a hole so they sink. So that was kind of fun. The wax museum was super creepy. I liked how they kept the diamonds, or they were hiding the diamonds in the ice for the, it was like a champagne bucket or something. That was actually kind of fun. There's actually some male nudity where they take out the showers and you see all these guys run naked through the street. I mean, you only kind of see their ass, but it is what it is. He steals the plane. Felix is in this movie, played by, I think, the fifth actor at this point. And his scene was so short, it was a blink and you miss it. I kind of forgot about it right away. But overall, like, I don't know, this movie just didn't stand out to me for anything. Like, other than Timothy Dalton being fantastic as an actor, nothing about it really, like, stood out for me. So for those who have seen it, what did you guys think? Go ahead, let me know. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for The License to Kill.